If you're managing your life from a smartphone right now, you probably have a dozen different apps just for local errands. One for finding a plumber, another for a dog walker, maybe a separate directory for tutors. You end up swiping through a bloated digital mess just to get basic things done. Seewalls is pushing back against that fragmentation. It's an app designed to take all those scattered, single-purpose directories and consolidate them into one central hub for your local area. Before we had supercomputers in our pockets, local commerce was highly centralized. If you needed something, you went straight to the community bulletin board or the local newspaper classifieds. What Seewalls is attempting to do is take that exact classic everything-in-one-place model and build it for the modern digital era. Putting everything under one roof is incredibly convenient. But it forces a practical question. Can a single, generalized platform safely manage a $50 lawn care job and a $500,000 real estate transaction side by side? The service catalog on Seewalls is absolutely massive. You can log on to find someone to fix your drywall, hire a local babysitter, or literally purchase commercial property. This chart shows the spectrum of local needs. Naturally, these categories don't carry the same level of risk. Hiring a dog walker sits on the extreme low end of financial and personal exposure, while buying a house sits at the absolute peak. Seewalls places itself right in the middle, stretching across that entire spectrum. Since anyone can post a free ad on the platform, we have to evaluate the trust factor. Is this system robust enough to handle the complexities of real estate, or is it best kept to everyday household chores? To figure out if the app is actually worth your time, you have to weigh your options based on exactly how you plan to use it. Let's start with local service providers, the tutors, the freelance mechanics, the small business owners trying to book clients. If you run a local business right now, your biggest barrier is usually the cost to acquire a new customer. Traditional digital ad networks charge a premium just to get your name in front of the right neighborhood. Seewalls tackles that problem with a specific structural choice for business owners. First, your input. Skip the ad spend entirely and post free classified listings. The outcome? Upfront customer acquisition cost drops to zero. The trade-off? You must manually filter messages from casual browsers. For an emerging service provider, it's a valuable distribution channel. You are simply trading cash upfront for your own administrative time on the back end. Now, let's flip the perspective to the everyday consumer who just wants to hire a cleaner or find a driving instructor without juggling multiple accounts. For a consumer, your input is simple. Delete niche apps and run searches straight through Seewalls. The result is a streamlined footprint with a centralized communication inbox. The trade-off is sacrificing hyper-specific filters without deep background checks or strict technical certifications. If you need your gutters cleaned or a last-minute babysitter, having one fast, unified communication tool easily outweighs the lack of intense professional vetting. That calculation shifts when we look at the extreme end of the platform, buying and selling real estate. For a home buyer, your input means relying on broad search filters to browse properties listed by owners. This creates a direct, unbrokered line of communication. The trade-off: you completely bypass traditional curation and the institutional safety nets that usually bracket a housing deal. Operating without those middlemen means the burden of due diligence falls entirely on you. You have to arrange the inspections, verify the property history, and bring in your legal review. Frictionless real estate is a double-edged sword. You gain incredible negotiating power and open the door for steep discounts, but you completely lose the automated safety net. So how should you actually integrate this tool into your routine? It all comes down to your specific goals and risk profile. Let's map it out. The first question is simply, who are you in this transaction? If you are a local provider, this is straightforward. The platform offers high return on investment with zero financial risk for lead generation. If you are a consumer, your path depends entirely on the stakes. For daily household services, it's a green light. The consolidation saves you time. But for high-stakes markets like real estate, you hit a caution phase. The app is an efficient connector, but its true value is dictated entirely by which side of the marketplace you sit on and how much risk you are willing to manage yourself. For independent professionals and everyday consumers trying to check items off a weekly to-do list, frictionless access makes Seewalls a practical addition to your phone. But if you are using it to hunt for commercial space or a new home, remember that a messaging app is just the starting point. It does not replace a lawyer or a property inspector. We are moving toward a future where our digital tools consolidate, but while convenience can be coded into an app, high-stakes trust still requires human verification. Use the platform's massive scale to search and discover. Just make sure you rely on your own offline due diligence before you make the final handshake.